to have been joined by Ashok Sajjanhar, former diplomat, a noted face and a voice to reckon with when it comes to international politics and also internal dynamics. Sajjanhar sir, thank you so much for taking time out.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be with you. Thank
Same
you.
here. Same here. My colleague here is with me, Arushi, and
Hello,
Hi.
the question that comes to everyone's mind, obviously, India's image. I would say getting a booster shot once again, re-emphasizing the faith in tradition and custom. How does it help the image outside of India as well?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me on your show. I think over the last 8, 10 years, India's profile, India's image, India's influence has been growing. And of
Mhm.
course, there have been a large number of reasons for that. I think the most important would be in terms of how well India's economy has done over these last 8, 10 years. If I were to just give you a few statistics, 10 years ago, in 2014, India was the 10th largest economy in the world. Today, India is the fifth largest economy in the world, getting on to be close to about $4 trillion. And as we know, within the next couple of years, India is going to be the third largest economy, after displacing Germany and France.
sir. As you were saying about India's economy and how it's growing, so as per this Ram Mandir construction is concerned, how do you think that this construction is going to play a part in India's economy?
I think what it does is it inspires confidence. It gives that confidence. Otherwise, if you are always looking for approval from outside and, depending upon what the others are thinking of you, here it is that even within ourselves, even within our country, our culture, our customs, our traditions, our civilization, we have that strength and we are able to achieve what we set out to achieve. And I mentioned about the G20, but after that we also have the Chandrayaan, we have the Indian moon landing on the southern tip of the moon, which no other country has done, sending out Aditya and putting it in orbit around the sun to study the black holes and so on and so forth. So I think whether it is the in the area of science, technology, space, and other areas, and I mentioned the digital public infrastructure. I think the manner in which India has been able to embrace fintech. I don't think any of the even developed countries have done. For instance, if you look at the cashless transactions that take place in India, India accounts for about 48% of the global financial transactions, cashless transactions that take place. So, India has, and in terms of how we have been able to go forward in providing benefits to the people through financial transactions without going through paper trails, etc., etc. When the government has to send funds or monies, there are more than 500 million accounts that have been opened over the last 10 years, and all beneficiaries can receive their money directly into their accounts. I can tell you that one of our former prime ministers, Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, he had said in the 1980s that if the government wants to send, let us say, a 1 rupee to a particular beneficiary, then 85% of that amount gets lost midway with the middlemen. Today, when the government wishes to transfer 1 rupee, 100% of that amount is transferred to the beneficiary. So, whether it is lack of corruption, it is, instantaneous funds that are going out, the manner in which India is developing infrastructure. So I think it all goes together that you mentioned as to how does the construction of the Ram temple. I think it takes you back to your value systems and how those value systems of what we used, even the motto that we used in the G20, that is one earth, one family, one future. that the future of the world lies in cooperation and collaboration and not in confrontation. You know what is mentioned in our Upanishads, that is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that means the whole world is a family. And if it's a family, then you come together, you work together when there are challenges rather than fighting with each other.